Hello everyone, welcome to this video tutorial. In this video, we are going to study the cloning techniques using Snapgene to create our own plasmid and vector for cloning experiments. So, in Snapgene, you can see there are different types of strategies to clone our plasmid. Let's say cloning with a restriction enzyme, PCR cloning, the golden gate cloning, infusion cloning, Gibson assembly, and gateway cloning. So one by one, we are going to study all these cloning techniques, but for this video, we are going to cover the cloning with restriction enzyme. So let's get started with Snapgene. So here are our Snapgene tool. You just need to open this and you can start with restriction enzymes. You should always know the basic compatibility of restriction enzyme while using this technique. So you can gather this data before it, or sometimes you import data and get used to the restriction enzymes and the sticky end generations. Let's get started with Snapgene. First of all, what you need to do is or making our own vector through plasmids. We can import NCBI sequence, uniport sequence, ensemble sequence, and add gene plasmid for this tutorial. So we clicked on file and now we are on importing add gene plasmid. So we can write any plasmid. For example, let's just say the simplest plasmid everyone must have heard, that's PBR 322. And you can see here are the list of PBR plasmids available here, and we'll just open one of them. Just click on it and it will just download, and you can just click on import here and it will get imported. So this is your PBR 322. You can see we have ampicillin resistant genes, origin and ROP, leg ZA. Here are different data for your fragment. Let's just say if this is leg ZA, the nucleotide sequence, the base pair, and the amino acid all are given here. You can see about the product, the beta galactosidase, and these are different restriction enzymes that are part of our plasmid. So what you need to do is, let's just say, for example, you want to do that we don't want leg Z gene in our vector, and what we want is GFP protein, a fluorescent tag protein. You say you want to insert that in here. So what will we do? We will analyze this plasmid and we can say about in here, you just need to select one restriction enzyme. For example, we have selected this EAG1. So you just need to select and click on shift. Then you can come up on here to BAMH1. It will cover this area. Now shift select this also. You have selected these two restriction enzyme. Now what you need to do is just go on action here, action, restriction and insertion cloning, and insert a fragment, because we want to insert a fragment here. Click on insert fragment and this tab will get open. As you can see, this is our vector. Now we have selected EAG and BAMH1. This here is our strategy to make our own product vector or your own plasmid that you want to use in your cloning experiment. And now here you are designing your plasmid as per your requirement. So now you don't want this like ZA, and you want to replace this part from with a GFP protein. So you can now select any other plasmid which has GFP protein. You can download it. You can download the sequence of it from any sequence data, NCBI, Ensemble, whatever you want. Or what you can do is you can just click here, like you can see the cut, and this you see this is selected here. Yeah, right. Now this is correct. So you have selected this in your vector. Now let's talk about your fragment. Click on fragment here. Now source of fragment. Now we need to select the source of fragment. So what we needed, the GFP protein, right? So what we'll do, same again, go on file, import NCBI sequence uniport. We will go with add gene plasmid. Okay. And now what we want, GFP protein. If you know any plasmid that has GFP protein, you can just put its name here and then select it. Now I have no idea. For example, I have no idea from which plasmid I should recollect this. So I will just write GFP here. And I got some sequences of GFP. You can select any plasmid, you can select any sequence. Okay, here are the list again. So let's just say I'm selecting this and then import. So they are importing your file here. It will take few seconds, and here you go. This here is your GFP protein. Now you should always select the compatible restriction enzymes. Okay, so in our vector we have selected. You can click on here and go to your vector. In our vector we selected the EAG1 and DAMH1. So if your other plasmid or other set of sequence has this same restriction sites, it's very good. If it's not, you need to select the compatible restriction enzyme with your selected restriction enzymes in your vector. So let's say we have found the annotation gene here. Okay, this is MGF, the SP40 polyase signal, and it is fluorescently tagged. It is GFP with folding enhancement mutation. Okay, so what we wanted, the NOT1 or EAG, these are two compatible restriction enzymes. If you have somewhere EAG, you can also select NOT1 in other uh, plasmid. So now we want BAMH1. Okay, so let's just see if we have, okay, here we have BAMH1. As you can see, it's starting from here, you can see, and other is EAG1. So you need to do the same thing, select one and then shift select the other one. Okay, so let's again go to our project, that is insertion. And here we had the vector. Now we are selecting the fragment. So the vector is recorded here. Now the fragment we are going to choose from here. So we have just imported the GFP file. You will select it from here and it will open here. You need to do is again just select one and shift select the other restriction site, that is our BAMH1. As soon as you select this, you'll be able to see it in here. So the fragments restriction site, the cuts are recorded here, and in vector also we have this. Here you can see the compatibility, and let me just shift myself here. Okay, so we are seeing please make the end compatible for ligation between vector and fragment. So as we can see, these are compatible, but the direction is not compatible. So what we'll do is click on the other arrow here. Just after clicking, you can see now we are ready to clone the product. Now we have our vector, the PBR322, and our insertion fragment that was GFP protein, and they are in correct direction for ligation. The sticky ends are matching, and this is our whole product. This is our new clone vector that we wanted for our experiment. And it is ready to clone. So you just need to click on clone here. So within a fraction of seconds, you got it here. This is your plasmid that has ORI sequence. This is ampicillin resistant gene here. And this is your GFP protein here for fluorescence. And this is a part of LAGZ-A also. It is due to the region we have selected with our selected restriction enzyme and the other genes. So if you want to do it one more time, you want to some other fraction with some other genes, you just need to save it. You can save it from here, the file, and you can just scroll down and see your clone plasmid, your vector ready to experiment. You can see the map, you can see the sequence by clicking here. You can see the enzymes it contains. You can see the other features, the color coded regions, the arrows and their meaning, the primer, and by clicking on history here, you will see how you have made this vector. It will tell you your previous plasmid that you have used, your fragment you selected from, and then your clone region. You can again save or save as, and you can also insert any gene you want instead of GFP as per your experiment, or you can just save it with any name you want, like clone first. I have saved it in here, and you can use it for your different cloning experiment. If you want to insert any other fragment, you can use this file and again do it with the same procedure. This history map will help you to recollect the data that you have used. So I hope you understand the method of restriction enzyme cloning using Snapgene. And thank you so much. If you learned from this video, please like and share. And comment if you have any doubts regarding this or you want the whole series of cloning using Snapgene. Thank you.